Hello everybody, this is Shirley with So Too We Begin Embroidery. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit the like button and the notification bell. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about today. Today I'm going to do what they call yarn applique. It is putting some crocheting yarn on a garment or a decor, a pillow, anything that you could think of, baby items, what have you. But it's very popular. A lot of people are doing it. And I saw it done online and decided that I would try it and show you what my process is. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with yarn applique, and hopefully you will like it. Here are the things that you will need to do this project. The first thing, of course, you're going to need is your garment, and I have this blue sweatshirt. And then you're going to need some yarn, which this is 15 millimeter yarn, and I will explain the difference in that. You're going to need a glue stick. A glue stick or some Elmer's washable glue works, those sticks. And you're going to need a marker, and you're going to need tweezers, applique scissors, and a ruler. And of course I'm using the mighty hoop. And these two little things here, this is called that purple thing, and this is called a stiletto, which I was lucky to have this available. Didn't know I had it, but I do. The stiletto or the purple thing, and what you do with that is you're able to keep the yarn in place. You're going to need the glue to glue it to the fabric or your garment once you lay down the outline of whatever lettering that you're using. And then as you stitch along, you're going to need to make sure the yarn doesn't move out of place. So using your stiletto or that purple thing will assist with that. And the name of that item is that purple thing. So if you want to look for it online, then that's what you type in. I got mine from Amazon. So actually I think I got the glue stick from Amazon, and I got my marking pen from Sewing Vac, and oh yeah, I forgot about the stabilizer. I'm using No Show Poly Mesh. Excuse me. And I decided to put some tearaway tearaway stabilizer behind it too, just to give it a little bit more stability. So those are the items that you're going to need in order to achieve this look and complete this project. Excuse me for getting strangled. The next thing you're going to need is your embroidery software. Now I'm going to be using Embrilliance. This can be done with any software if you have the lettering design, and I got the lettering design from Creative Applique. So if you're looking to do this project, Creative Applique has the yarn print or the yarn script. Now I did the yarn print and I did a sample with the yarn script, which I will show you of course both. And so that's what I'm using. So now I'm going to show you how to set it up in Embrilliance. Okay, I am at my computer now, and I'm going to go ahead, and what you see here is the 8x12 hoop, and I'm going to show you. I went into preference, selected the 8x12, which is 200 millimeters by 300 millimeters. Selected that. It's on normal, rotated 90 degrees, and I applied it already, hit OK, I have it. Now I go up here to the blue A, brings down the ABC, which allows me to go over here to text and type in my text. My text is going to be love, capital L-O-V-E. Hit enter, and you see I have the word love. So now I'm going to go and select my font. I am going to select the CA for Creative Applique, and it is going to be the yarn print. And did I pass it? This is the yarn script, so this is the yarn print. I'm selecting the 3-inch, and there we have it. We have the 3-inch. So the next thing I have to do is hold down my left click and hold down the left click and cover all of the letters. Then I'm going to right click and convert these to stitches. So now I have the colors that you see. And over here, this is the sequence in which these colors are going to stitch. Now I don't need all these colors. That's not going to work. What I need is my running stitch to be one color. The running stitch is actually the tack down stitch that you're going to use for your yarn. And the way to do that is to go ahead up here in edit and select all colors. I'm going to go ahead and find the blue, which is always in the first letter. For this particular word, always choose the first color of the alphabet that you have down here. So the first color is blue, so I'm going to look for the next blue. I need to hold down my control key. The next blue, Perusian blue, is number, I got 1, then the next one is number 4, the next one is number 7, and the last one is number 10. Now that I've selected them all, I'm going to right click and I'm going to move them first. Well, let me hold down. I'm going to move them first. So now I have moved them first, but the O is O-V-E-L, and I want it to be L-O-V-E. So what I need to do is I'm still holding down my control. I'm going to click on the L and move it first, and now it should be first, but that didn't work, so I hit it again, move it first, click again, move it first. Now I have it L-O-V-E the way I want it, and I can prove that by doing the stitch simulator over here, and it will show you exactly how it's going to stitch. And as you can see, it's stitching the L, then the O, the V, and the E. So this is your running stitch or your tack down stitch that you'll stitch out first. Then you'll start putting your glue down for each individual letter, and then it will stitch and tack down the yarn on top of it. And that's exactly how it's going to stitch. That's how you set up your sequence in order to save it to your USB stick and take it to the machine. Mine is already done and saved and in the machine. I just wanted to show you how it is done. Hopefully that is self-explanatory. You might want to look at this again just to get the gist of it, but that's how it's done. And I am now going to move on over to the machine and start stitching. I'm going to not save this since I already have it. I'll be moving over to the machine. It's already hooped. It's already, my sweatshirt is already on the machine. My USB is in the machine. Everything is ready to go. I have it traced out and everything, and we will be ready to stitch. So that will be the next thing we do. Okay, now I have everything set up and ready to start my stitching. I've hooped, put the hoop on, traced. Everything is done. All I have to do now is start, well, actually, I got to select my colors as usual. And once I'm done selecting colors, which is all going to be white, so everything on here is going to be white that I select, then I'll be ready to start stitching. So the machine has started to place down do the first stitch on. I gotta cut my jump stitches, and I have to put my stop in here. I forgot to do that. I'm going to be using my hand to stop my design throughout the stitching. So that is something that's going to be needed throughout. So now I have it, it's going to stop, and I'm going to go ahead and bring my hoop out so I can cut my jump stitches here, and then we will be ready to start with the yarn. And as you can see, it is L-O-V-E, and hopefully it's pretty centered. It looks like it is. The love is not centered. I think this is the exact center here. Maybe here. It's going to be over a little bit, but too late now. It's difficult to get that done, but anyway. So now it goes back in. So now I'm actually going to start putting the yarn on. And the first thing, I should have let it stay out, but the first thing I have to do, and I'm going to bring it back out. The first thing I'm going to do is put my glue down for my yarn to adhere to. Now this is fabric glue. It is Soul Line glue, fabric glue, and don't worry about it, it washes out. So I'm going to lay my yarn down. I'm going to leave a little bit more than I actually need to give room to make sure everything is okay. I'm going to use the stiletto, everything pushed down, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this, but leaving a little tail, so everything should be fine. And it should stitch just fine. So I'm going to push this back, put this back in, and I am ready to start the L. So I'm going to unlock it, but I'm also going to put my stop sign on, and I will be watching this very closely to make sure that it does stitch on my, you just have to be careful with it, with your stiletto, because you don't want to hit the needle. Now it's going to stop, tie off, and this all stitched down. So now I'm ready to make sure that the rest of it stitches down, and I'm going to go ahead and start that up, put the stop on, and then we'll go up the L. this is exactly how it's done. This is your yarn applique. Isn't that cute? So we have the L done, and it ties off. So because it is completed, I can cut the little tail off here so it won't be in the way of the O. I'll cut the top part off later when I'm trimming everything up, but I just wanted to make sure I got this part off. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my glue stick again. And put the O on. I'm gonna leave a little extra like I did with the other one. Now getting circular designs to be circular is not, for me, is not the easiest thing to do. Even though I'm following it completely, for some reason it doesn't want to look like an O. But I'm trying to get it all glued on here in that O shape. And here's where it will kind of, where the rubber meets the road here. And I think that's where it's going to start, right here, where I have it doubled. So by putting the stops in, you're able to look at it and see how it's stitching. If it's missing anything, sometimes it will miss, especially doing the script. I noticed that it missed and I had to go back over it. But with the print, I haven't had that much trouble. So, ready for the next part. And the stiletto just helps. I'm more comfortable using the purple thing because it is not metal, and this stiletto is metal, and I don't want metal and metal to meet, but it does work. So I'm done with the O, and I'm going to cut this extra off, and cut this extra off so it doesn't look like a Q, and we have the O. So we need to do the V and the E, and when that's done, then I'll show you the finished product. I was successful in doing it on my multi-needle machine on my Brother PR 55X. I did try to do it on my baby over here, Inspiration, my single needle machine, but my yarn was too thick. As I was mentioning earlier, the size of your yarn matters. Now, the size of the yarn that I use for this is a 15 millimeter. Now, for my single needle machine, I probably needed an 8 because I couldn't figure out how to raise my purser foot, even though I was told that it's possible. So I'm going to have to pull out my user's manual and see if I can figure out how to do that, because I did try to do it on the single needle machine first, because all of the demos I saw was done on that, even though they did say it could be done on a multi-needle machine. And then I thought about it. I said, why not do it on a multi-needle machine, because people need to see how it's done on a multi-needle machine. So I did it, and as you can see, it is successful. But if you don't have that stop hand on your machine, You just have to remember to stop your stitching as you go along to make sure that all of your yarn is aligned as well as possible. The glue helps to put everything in place before the stitching. Although I did notice that it does bean stitches all the way across, and I noticed that sometimes it isn't exactly in the middle where the yarn is sewn onto the thread or whatever it's sewn onto, but it does hold it down. Now, I haven't obviously washed this or anything, but according to everybody, there's no issue, there's no shrinkage, there's no coming to lose. Any of those things is supposed to work, which I'm sure it will because it was stitched down. Now, I did mention that this is my second video. The first one I did to completion and lost all of my material, all of my video, because the disc was corrupted and I had to format it. So I have my fingers crossed that nothing's going to happen with this as I review it, and I will be able to put this one up. But I just wanted to show you, I did the same design, just a little bit small, a little bit closer on the first video. And so here it is, proof that I've done it before. This is the second one, and I had to go get another sweatshirt. Didn't have another sweatshirt. They're not even hardly selling sweatshirt. This is a man's sweatshirt, but I like mine kind of loose and big anyway, so it's perfectly fine. I like the fit, I like the way it looks, and I like how it turned out. So I'm hoping that this is something that you would consider trying. Give it a try. You can get the yarn alphabet from Creative Applique. They have the script and they have the print, and you can get either one of them or both like I did, and give it a try. See what you want to do. It can be done on any type of material. It can be done for decorative home decor on a pillow. It can be done on something for a baby blanket, or anything that you might want to put this on, put the yarn on. So just think about it, give it a try. It's a nice little project. Think that you would enjoy it, and thank you for watching. And I hope you got something out of this. And if you did, can you please, if you have not already subscribe. And it's very important that you hit that thumb, that you like this video. That's important to the channel. It helps the channel to grow. And also hit the notification bell so you will be notified the next time I put a video up. And until then, I will talk to you later. Bye.